Arsenal, that was close, man. That was close. Especially when that last goal went in by Liam Delap. Of course, I know it's offside, but that was close. It was close. I'm not even an Arsenal fan, and I felt some nerves. Arsenal win. They survive again. City did it yesterday. Arsenal is doing it today. They survived 2-1 win at home against 10 players. Once again, no shock. Chelsea with 10 players. Matisse needs to do day one of not cutting my hair till Chelsea doesn't get sent off at this point. Because every game is every game they get sent off. But anyway, 2-1, big win for them. Big win for them. A lot to talk about the first half, the second half, some player performances which we have to talk about. We have to highlight other players who performed quite well. Not many, but some players performed quite decent, and what this win means for Arsenal and what it means for Chelsea, because that top four race, they're getting left behind, bro, at this point. Before we start, make sure you all like the video right now. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Of course, comment your own thoughts. This was the lineup for Arsenal. Very standard, very usual 11. No surprise with any of the players. As for Chelsea, the surprise for me was Sarr coming in. I know he played in the cup game, but this is his first Premier League game. No Cucurella, which meant Hato as the left back, and you had a midfield of Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and Santos. And the first half, I would say it was a very much even first half. I felt like both teams had their moments. Both teams had their chances. You look at Chelsea; they had a couple good moments. They had the chance for Sarr early on, the free kick, which he completely mistimed the finish itself. And there was other moments which they put themselves in good positions, very good positions to get something, but the final third actions was missing. The final pass was missing in so many moments, especially from Cole Palmer, which is a bit disappointed from his quality and his standard. As for Arsenal, they had one or two moments which they had. Robert Sanchez, I don't know what he was doing a couple of times, losing the ball. But, of course, the first goal came with, I literally said it. I said it. The moment that corner was given and the moment Bukayo Saka stepped up to the corner, I said, I was doing a watch-along on my main channel. I literally said it. I said, bro, 1-0 Arsenal. Just 1-0 Arsenal. The spoiler. Don't worry, 1-0 Arsenal, and literally they managed to get their goal. The thing is, you can hate... You know what, I'll talk about the corners, because the second goal was a corner as well. I'll talk the corner thing afterwards. But the first goal came in, nice delivery from Saka. Great. I'll talk about the corner. I'll talk about the corner later. But then, Chelsea, they continued. I think they woke up. They played better. I thought the moment the first goal came in, I thought that's it. The game is done. Arsenal will get the second goal at halftime, and then the second half will be 3-4-0. I had 4-0 coming into this game. But Chelsea managed to respond pretty well after that. Even after conceding, they managed to respond pretty well afterwards. They still had the moments. Cole Palmer, like I said, there were so many moments where he was in the right position, but his passing just very careless with the ball. Chelsea gets a last corner, and literally at 46 minutes. To get a corner, Declan Rice hits it with his hand. David Raya makes a very good save, goes to another corner. That to me is a penalty, because that is not a natural position for Declan Rice. Let me just make it very clear. That's just the way I look at it. Declan Rice, you could see he raises elbow. That's not a natural position. Raising your elbow in that kind of position is not a natural position, bro. Like, if he had kept his elbows the same, then that's fine. But he literally raised it, and it hit his hand, fam. That to me is 1,000% a penalty, because he literally raised his elbow. But they didn't give it. But then Chelsea gets awarded another corner straight after that, and they score from that. Hincapi, own goal, as they say, ball don't lie. Because that should have been a penalty. Ball don't lie. Chelsea make a 1-1 just at the last second of the first half. And in the second half, that's a lot of drama now, a lot of entertainment. You know Arsenal have to attack. You know Arsenal, they have to score, which means they're going to leave a lot of space in behind. And that's what happened in the early second half. The first 15, 20 minutes of the second half, I think Chelsea had the better chances. Chelsea looked like the team that showed more intent. Arsenal just looked nervous. There was a sequence about 5 minutes where Saliba lost the ball in possession, just out of nowhere. Zubimendi lost the ball. Arsenal, you could see from the 60-minute... There was a little 5-minute spell where Chelsea put a lot of pressure towards them, and the Arsenal player looked nervous, and the crowd looked nervous. And everyone start feeling, is this happening again? Are we going to bustle it again? But they get another corner. No surprise. No surprise. They score from that corner with a timber header. I don't know what Robert Sanchez was doing. He was asking for a penalty. He was asking for a foul, VAR. That was never going to be a foul. 2-1 Arsenal. And Neto gets a red card. Deserved second yellow on that on that Martinelli tackle. But even with 10 players, even when Chelsea had 10 players on the pitch, they still tried to attack. They still put crosses in, put a lot of pressure. There was 2 moments with David Raya. There was one Garnacho cross, which was very close. Another chance which went by Joao Pedro. But you looked at that second half performance and you're trying to find someone that can step up, but he didn't do it. And I'll come to that in terms of player performances. And Arsenal managed to survive. The last 10 minutes, it became very nervy. It felt very similar to what I watched yesterday with Man City and Leeds, where at this point, with the way the league is and with about 8 and 9 games to go, for both Arsenal and City, for them, it's just 3 points. Forget how they play, forget the way they play. For them, it's just to get the 3 points and run. Get the 3 points and run, bro. That's what matters, especially at this crunch time where every game matters. Get the 3 points and run. But big win for Arsenal, which now increases their lead to 5 points. But of course, City got a game in hand. I want to talk about some player performance because some players here, it was absolutely disgusting. I'll talk from a Chelsea point of view first because they lost the game. The players that for me stepped up, Sanchez had good saves. He made one massive save for Eze. But there was a couple Boza moments, and I keep saying about Sanchez, every time, where he wins me over, every time where I say to myself, perfect, he's been most improved, perfect, he's been one of the best goalkeepers in this league, perfect. The Boza gene is gone, boom, he brings it back again. Like, that second goal, I don't know what he was doing in terms of positionally, but even there was a couple of passes that he made, which resulted in Arsenal chances. Just like a 50-50 for Sanchez. Chalobah did well against Victor. 2 moments where he won the ball easy in the first half, and I think he handled with Victor pretty well. And when Kai Havertz came on, which Kai Havertz, by the way, I don't know how long he was on the pitch for. How long was Kai Havertz on the pitch for? How many touches did he do, fam? 7 touches, fam. Bro, I didn't even feel like he made anything, bro. Reece James was one of the better players in the whole game. I think Reece James had a very good game. I think if it wasn't for the loss, I think you could easily say that he was one of the men of the match because of what he did. Of course, the goal came from his corner. There was a couple of chances which came from him. Defensively, very secure against Trossard, against Martinelli, even against Victor. That was 2 moments where he won the ball easily against Victor. I think out of all the players, Caicedo did better. He didn't start the game well, but did better once the game moved on. Enzo Fernandez had a decent little spell, but nothing too crazy. But I want to talk about this man, Cole Palmer. You look at Cole Palmer, and you expect your best player to deliver. You expect in these kind of big games where you need your big players to step up, you expect Cole Palmer to be that kind of person. I'm not going to talk about Cole Palmer's big game status because I think last season or the year before, I think he did well in most of the big games. But I look at his performance today, and I look at his performance throughout this whole season, by the way. Yes, I know he's been out with an injury, and he came back. But the performance today, was disgusting. Was absolutely disgusting from a so-called superstar in this league, especially the best player for Chelsea. There's so many times, you expect him to make the right pass. He's not making the right pass. There's so many times where he loses the ball too easily. There's been so many times where the right pass is there for him. He completely ignores it and makes an other simple pass. He should have had a way better game. He didn't contribute anything. He didn't impact the game in any sort of way. And it was a very much disappointing performance from his standards. Very much disappointing. But he wasn't the only disappointing player. You look at Arsenal and their 2 best players, and Eze, who was non-existent, by the way. There was only one moment where he had that chance, or one moment where he created a moment for, I think it was Bukayo Saka, but other than that, bro, non-existent. If it's not Spurs, then the guy's not playing well. He wasn't impactful in the build-up. He wasn't doing anything in the first half. Second half, non-existent. Like, I didn't see him trying to drop deep. Maybe He got limited touches. All right, cool. If you better get the ball, what do? What's the second solution? Try to drop deep, get the ball, and impact the game that way. He didn't even do that. He just stayed still, was ball watching most of the time, was happy to ghost, and played 90 minutes and just not good enough. Not good enough from a guy who we thought he would finally come back. Arteta came out after the game and said, I know how to use him. I know how to play him. Clearly, maybe it's not down to Arteta. Maybe it's just not a good performance at all. I don't think Saka was great. I don't know how he got 7. I don't think he was that anything special. I think Hato did well against him defensively. I don't think he had a very good game. Bukayo Saka, Zubimendi, I think did well in the second half, but first half it wasn't great. Same with Declan Rice, did well in the second half. First half wasn't great. If I had to look at Arsenal, their best players, it comes down to David Raya for me, making 3 massive saves for them, and Timber doing well. But I think the reason why they gave Timber that rating is because he scored. But in reality, I think the best player for Arsenal was the goalkeeper, David Raya, who made massive saves. But from an overall quality standpoint, because again, I'm not a Premier League fan. Some of you guys are not Premier League fans, so we watch it because it's 2 of the biggest teams in England. That wasn't a great game, quality standpoint. It was a bad game, but I don't blame it too much because we're at this stage of the season where they just need to win, fam. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be 3 points. For Arsenal, for them, it was the 3 points. For Chelsea, I think throughout the whole game, you can even say, Chelsea was somewhat the better team. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I watched it. I felt like they had the more intent. They showed more urgency. They wanted to attack. They showed that, and I thought Chelsea will come to defend deep, and that's it. But they actually surprised me, and I think they performed well. But the result, of course, doesn't help. And they need to, by the way, this whole red card gimmick, they need to sort this out, fam. Because every game at this point, this is how they're losing games. Burnley, they were 1-0 up. Fofana gets sent off, and boom, 1-1. This game, they could have literally come back. It could have been 2-2 if it wasn't for Neto getting sent off. Like, I don't know what needs to happen. Maybe a disciplinary, maybe just sitting down with the players, seeing what the hell's going on. Because it's not just this game or last game. It's been a pattern with Chelsea this whole season, whether with Enzo Maresca or whether we're now with Matisse as the manager. But for Arsenal, big win, massive win, important win. And now you've got a nice little cushion, but there's still a lot along to go, and Man City's still got a game in hand. But let's see what happens next week. Before we end it, make sure you all like the video right now, hype the videos, or subscribe to the channel, put it down in the comment section what you guys made of the game, and I'll see you soon with another video. Peace.